It is a gorgeous day outside. Here is Volcano Bay Water Park. That's how it's looking. There's a lot going on here already. There you go. Slides kind of look like Wet n Wild. Happy Friday, everybody. We're on our way to MegaCon, but first we're going to stop off and get some lunch at Chewy's. What's up, big guy? Chips, salsa, and creamy jalapeno. Yeah. That's the main course. We got tacos, refried beans, Mexican rice. Oh my mouth is watering. Whew, that was awesome. I'm ready for a nap. Also, the Orlando Eye is right there. As usual, no idea where to park. One parking lot is full. I really don't even know which hall MegaCon is in. This happens every single year. I guess you can park over here and take a bus. Parked across the way, $10, heading in. Or at least hopefully heading to that bus that's gonna take us over there if it doesn't leave. All right, we're officially indoors at least now.
The same place.
Jay and Silent Bob? Oh, it's Deadpool. I bet that's the only Deadpool we see this weekend. And Joker and Harley. I like how they've blocked off the view of how long the line could possibly be for picking up tickets. I think. Actually, these lines are not bad at all. So, they have been a lot worse in prior years where they just have the one line to pick up tickets and kind of get into place. Now, separate lines for picking up tickets. Gotta wait on two separate lines because I had the premium, which includes like a goodie bag, and this is like single day tickets, so I gotta pick this up for Mary and Jesse. Effective. So I picked up the premium wristband, the regular ticket wristband, and now I gotta walk down this giant hill again to go to this room to pick up the goodie bag. What the heck? I've already walked like close to a mile and a half, and we haven't even gotten into the actual event yet. Of course, now we gotta go upstairs and walk further down that way. It feels just like Universal Studios. How ironic with the Universal ad in the background. And so with the premium ticket, we got a couple of goodies. We got this badge. You get priority entry into the event. We actually can get on the floor now at 2 o'clock, even though it's 20 to 4. You have access to the premium lounge. You get this giant bag. You get this Frank Miller print. You get this Civil War variant comic. And you get this Civil War metal lunchbox. Cap on one side, Iron Man on the other. Alright, so as far as events today, we've got Ralph Macchio and William Zabka from The Karate Kid at 6. And most importantly, Stan Lee at 8 o'clock though. Womp womp. Alright, we are going in the hall for the first time.
What happened?
A lot of people here already. For early entry, 15 minutes to go on that early entry, by the way. Ooh, Ultra Sabers. There's literally so much stuff everywhere, I don't know where to go. I like the labeling out here. Lost in Space Robot. We've got to go back, Marty. Half of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Half of the Heroes in a Half Shell. I actually like that the bulk of the floor doesn't have carpeting on it this year. While the floor kills you after a while, the carpeting is a lot worse. Scott Campbell's here. Love his work, especially the Peter Parker, Mary Jane stuff. This is what I love seeing at comic shows. Actual comics. Got virtual reality happening over here. This is perfect for Joey. Check that out.
Yeah, I've got stories about looking at
So many pop figures. Big ones too. Whoa, check out those jackets. The leather layer. I love that Winter Soldier jacket, it's just incredible. I love these shirts. I see two that I may get. Ah, nice, new this year is like high-end collectible representation. Check out the Superman costume. Sweet. Batman. Ben Affleck suit. Novos is here too. These are the 5 folks that made my Snarktrooper armor that is still not put together. Everyone that asks, it's still sitting in a box, waiting. It's got a Phasma helmet. It's a beauty.
We'll be here all weekend.
Ren looks amazing.
Right. And you never see it, so you're like...
Ray looks amazing also. I know that they're taking orders for Ray now too. So you can pre-order everything here this weekend, but they're selling the first order helmet on site. One thing about the aisles this year, and maybe it's just me, but it seems like they're a lot wider than they have been in prior years. Maybe because it's a little more empty because it's Thursday? My favorite store every MegaCon, the prop store. It's always amazing stuff to have. I want that Halo sword. I still want that idol so bad. 85 bucks, finished. Star Wars 3D hologram collectibles. I've only seen these like in videos like this.
My nephew was here because he's such a Star Wars freak. Alright, awesome. Would you like to fly? Yeah.
Gandalf the Great is here. Rebel scum. Or stay on target for the rebels. We've got these bowler hats. People have asked in the past where I've gotten my Imperial Stormtrooper fez from. It's from these guys, the Blonde Swan. And they do have the smaller hats as well. These dolls are adorable. I love Jason and Michael. Love it. Power Rangers against Jedi. What's next? Whoa, what do we have here? Got a lot of awesome Captain America shields. And the Thor hammer.
Remember, Thor couldn't pull it out, remember? In the movie, he couldn't do it.
Let's see if he can pull it out.
You can take pictures, okay? So you put your hand just like you did.
Let's see. Cannot do it. Oh, tattoos. Tattoo, the plane. Or just tattoos. And we'll save this walkthrough for tomorrow. That guy's here. There's so many artists up and down all of these aisles. It's literally going to take days to have to be able to see everything. What do we have in here? Autographs? Oh, photo ops. More importantly, this is the original 1966 Batmobile, and the Batcopter, and the Batcycle. Let's take a better look. Check this out. This is always like the dream car when I was a little kid watching Batman on TV. You wanted to be able to go for a ride in this car. Full on rockets in the back. It's so awesome. And you got the Batcopter over here. And it is ridiculous. You can get photo ops here with the vehicles for 30 bucks for all three. Literally standing next to them. Oh, look at that. If I ever hit lotto, and I think that was one of our questions one time from the asked the view from the cheap seats, I would buy that car. The Batcycle. It's like I've just transported many years back to my childhood. This is really awesome. And then of course you have Save the Clock Tower, the DeLorean here. Directly across from that, it's the New Age Ghostbusters. Check it out. baby, not included. I love the jars of slime also. It's so cool. Don't cross the streams. Also, the guy who owns that car lives right by me, so we see that car all the time. He literally drives it to the grocery store to do shopping with the lights on. It's the backside view of Roxy the Rancor. They have the Rancor tooth necklace from Roxy. Love it. So this is the front side of Roxy, by the way. I believe that we had Roxy in prior videos, at least in celebration videos. But handmade, comes in pieces, trucks around different celebrations and fan fests. And this is new. This is the new Lugger Beast from the new movie, Roxy's companion. These guys are made in Jacksonville, and they are pretty spectacular. Love it. We're by the droid area. 501st is over here. Probably circle back to these areas because I think we're going to try to hit a panel. My original spirit animal from Star Wars movies, Reese. Do not take flash photography. Got the Pokemon mobile, Pikachu. Pikachu? Pikachu. Oh, we've got a big Wampa over here. Very cool. We will see more of the 501st tomorrow. We're up to the autograph section. There are not a lot of folks here today signing. We have to come back tomorrow and get our Walking Dead stuff signed. This is good to know that on Thursday there is a line for Tom Payne already because we need to get him sign a Walking Dead poster. He of course is Jesus in The Walking Dead, and Morgan right next to him. Alright, we're heading down to go see a panel with Ralph Macchio, Karate Kid. Ralph Macchio's panel has a line already. Oh my. Of course. They gotta play this song while everyone's waiting for the Karate Kid. We got our headbands and karate gis on.
Kid! Billy Thunder!
What's her name?
Rachel.
Stay gold, Rachel. Stay gold. It's 2010.
Oh, this is going to be good. Okay.
Not that I was just told. I think you got.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
What did they do?
So you guys, have you seen?
Yeah.
I both of you seen.
Yep.
And amongst friends.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
Listen,
There's no cameras out, right?
Yeah, right. I think this much can be said as you know, as time has gone on. The 2010 remake only enhanced the legacy and the relevance of the original film. I think they did for that time a good job of telling that story. It's a great story, so it shows how you can tell the same exact story but make a totally different movie. And I think the sales and the views and the cable play on the film we made went up like tenfold as soon as that movie came out. So it only wound up enhancing that. I mean, I always call it there's a magical soul to the karate film that we made, and you know, people are referencing this film 32 years later. I'm not so sure they're going to be doing that 30 years from the remake. So it's just, it only enhanced the legacy, but at first I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Remake. But you know, that's my thing.
That's it.
Let loose.
No. Yeah, that's the same thing. I mean, when you first hear they're doing a remake on something like that, it was like, you know, it's like, we're going to remake your family, you know, we're going to do it with you. And a little bit. So, but actually, I like seeing it. It was good. It was good for the new generation. But again, I agree with Rafa. Didn't have the, you know, the first one had something magical about it that you can't. I don't think you can plan for, and it does. It resonates.
Were you approached for cameos?
Yeah.
Sort of. I mean, Will Smith. I got a phone call from Will Smith. Because I was at Sundance Film Festival on another project, another film I had, and that's when they broke the news that they're going to remake the Karate Kid. So I was asked by one of these reporters about it, and I was like, you know, I'm not a remake guy. I don't like going to see movies that I saw already. I mean, so that's how I put it. I said I'd rather see something fresh and original, and I wish Hollywood would do that. Next day, Machio Slams remake. Next day after that, ring, Will Smith's office.
Yeah.
Got on the phone. He was like, I know I'm messing with your baby. I know I'm messing with your baby, but I want to, pay homage and respect. He was very cool. He was great. I mean, by the end of the conversation, I realized I just wanted to say hi to Jake, but which we did. And he said, anything you want to be a part of it, and all that stuff, and we'll find something. You want to come to China? He was being very gracious. But at the end of the day, for me, I took the high road in allowing them to make their version of that story. I just felt I could only lose and taint the legacy of what we were able to do if for some reason I did a piece or a cameo or something like that. And what if the movie wasn't good, or what if it didn't work? And also, I think films work and stories work in a certain time and place. There's a reason why we were the guys to play those roles. Pat Marie was the right, the perfect casting for Miyagi and created what you call iconic characters. To go back to that well 25, 30 years later, you don't necessarily want to see Daniel Russo as a man unless it goes in line with what you would want his character to be. So to just drop a one-off cameo, it makes sense to me.
Now, you have a good point, because I'm not a fan of remakes. I'm speaking for myself, but I'm sure somebody probably out there agrees with me. I'm not a fan of remakes, but I will accept sequels, even Rocky sequels. I mean, the last Rocky was excellent.
That was fair. And even the Creed, what they do with Creed, every time.
I kind of feel like this is the quiet before the storm. Got a couple of cosplayers around. It's still fairly empty. That panel was a lot of fun. I gotta say, those guys got some years on me, but they look like they're in a lot better shape than I am. Holy cow. Waiting on the Stan Lee panel. He's 3 minutes late. My God.
Look at me, I'm wonderful, perfect. American man, but I've been pretty good. Well, I mean, you asked me a question, I want to give you an honest honest answer.
The American man.
How about Ben? I've been wonderful. There you go. Wait, what's that back here?
Spider.
Oh my gosh! But I can't see myself. All I can see is my back. How can you ring this up so I can see me? Look at that. If I'm looking there, it's there. Oh, well, I always have that problem. I never can see my face. Just as well.
Which brings me to how many times did they have to shoot your cameo roles? How many takes did they have to do to shoot your cameo roles for every single Marvel movie you've been in?
I have news for you about the cameos. You're the first people to hear this. I have decided to give somebody a cameo in my cameo. I think I've been keeping them to myself long enough. I thought it would be funny. For example, how would you like a cameo role in my cameo?
Can I have the Black Panther part?
Oh, wow. I can't wait to see that movie.
Thanks to you, it's coming to us, so we appreciate that a lot. Okay, are you Team Cap or are you Team Iron Man?
I don't get what you said.
No, in Civil War.
I have this problem. I can hear him perfectly. I can hear you perfectly when you talk. I cannot hear what people are saying through the microphone because it sounds like. So put the microphone down. Talk like a human being.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Good, Mark.
Oh, Team Cap. Actually, I am a Team Cap fan. But I'm swearing you to secrecy. Because Bob, who plays Iron Man, happens to be a friend of mine. And if he finds out what I said, it'll break him up so he won't even be able to do a good performance next movie. So it's our secret. I'm a Team Cap guy, but that must not leave this room. If Bob finds out, Robert Downey, see, I'm the only guy who calls him Bob. Everybody calls him Robert. I figured, okay, we know he's Robert. I said to him one day, hey, do you mind if I call you Bob? And he said, okay, call me Bob, Bobo, Bobo, yeah, what do I care? As long as they pay me. He's a smart man. I gotta admit, I wasn't writing those stories to do a favor to the human race. I was doing it to make a living so I'd be able to pay the bills. And when people later say to me, in some way or other, your stories have meant a lot to me, I cannot tell you how great that makes me feel. Because if you can do something that other people enjoy or appreciate, what could be nicer? What could be more gratifying? So I thank you very much for saying that. And I thank anybody who feels that they've enjoyed the stories I've written and that they've gotten something out of it. Maybe it helped make a day a little brighter for them. That's the most any writer can expect, and I love all the fans for that. Thank you.
How long did it take for you to do your cameo in the Deadpool movie, and did you try to make it last longer?
I heard that one. I don't know if I should tell you the truth about that cameo. No, it'll kill all your fun. I was not in the topless dancing place. I did that in a studio, and then they put it into the movie. And I'm damn mad about it. I made him promise on the next one I'm gonna be right there. No, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Even though I look like one of the most perfect human beings you could ever see, my eyesight has gotten really terrible. And I can't drive anymore. I have to have somebody drive me. And I can't really see clearly what's on the TV screen or on a movie screen. And my hearing, as you can tell, is not that good. So I don't see well, I don't hear well. So I don't really watch much TV. And mostly I spend the time talking to my wife, telling her how great I am. She keeps saying, I know, you've told me. Never could say it enough. And it's one of my lasting regrets, because I used to love, well, nobody loved movies and TV more than me. But I know we have some shows on now. I haven't seen the Daredevil show yet. And I am so eager. I'm waiting for somebody to give me a disc, and I'll play it at home, and maybe I can get it in focus and get the sound so that I can tell what the hell is going on. And by the way, is it a good show? Do you like it? That's great. People thought I was crazy when I said, I'm going to have a superhero who's blind. And they said, you can't do that. And I said, no, just watch me. And we did old Daredevil. Yeah.
Oh, we thank you so much for Daredevil. We thank you so much for it.
You're very welcome.
And you being Team Cap, how do you feel about that? How do you feel that he's on that side?
How do I feel about what?
There was news release recently in the last couple of days that Captain America had become a double agent, and he is part of Hydra as well. That's what's coming up.
Well, I want to tell you that I read about that. Just as you did. I know nothing about it. I just read on the internet. So they mentioned it. It's a hell of a clever idea. I don't know that I would ever have thought of it. For him to be a double agent, but it's going to make you curious. It's going to make you want to read the books. They'll probably do a movie based on it. So I can't fault it. It's a good idea. I think it's crazy, but it's a good idea.
Hi, go ahead.
So I'm 12 years old, and you're my idol.
Good. Thank you.
And I just wanted to know, what's your best piece of advice for life?
My best friend. I think try to get along with everybody. Be friendly. In fact, I think the best advice ever written is in 10 words. It's the golden rule. Do unto others as you have others do unto you. If you treat other people the way you want to be treated, there'd never be any problems, you know? So I think try to be friendly with people. If somebody has any fault, try to overlook it. Nobody is perfect, except me, of course. And I guess that's about it. I don't know. But as you go through life, look at the bright side rather than the rotten side. You can always look at things two ways. So try to look at them in a cheerful, optimistic way. It helps a little. And I'm not good at this, really. All right. I think DC Comics is a company that publishes superhero comic books. I'll tell you a funny thing about them, though, to give you an idea of how creative and imaginative they are. When we started with the superheroes, we were called Atlas Comics. And after the Fantastic Four and Spider-Man and the X-Men, and I saw that we were onto something, I said, we ought to change our name. We ought to get a great name that would represent the company the way it is now. So after thinking a while, I came up with Marvel Comics because I love advertising in a way, and it was easy to advertise the word Marvel. You could come up with slogans like, make mine Marvel, and all those things that, welcome to the Marvel age of comics. And it was a great name. Now, DC. They were called National Comics years ago. And when we changed our name to Marvel, some genius over at National Comics said, hey, we ought to change our name too. So we became Marvel. And what did they change their name to? TC. That'll give you an idea of the kind of competition we had. I don't tend to sound like I'm putting them down because a lot of the guys there are good friends of mine. They're very talented. It's fun to have this friendly rivalry. If they're doing a panel somewhere, they're probably saying the same kind of things about me.
The myth, the legend, Mr. Stan Lee!
All right, MegaCon. We're back. We'll look at some cosplay tomorrow. For now, it's it for the night. Yikes. This is the crowd to get on the shuttle to get back to the other parking lots. This is a disaster. I gave up on the shuttle bus, which would be like all the way over in that area, so I walked about a mile and change to come back over to the car. Through some miracle, I was able to find the car. I really did not do a very effective job at parking, especially since I parked at a different lot for a different hall. The Orange County Convention Center, huge. There's 4 different halls, east, west, south, north, and each parking lot is gigantic. Extremely difficult because it is like more than a mile walking distance between them to find your car afterwards if you park in a different lot. I'll say this, for MegaCon this year, really not a lot of complaints at all, which is incredible compared to past years' experience. There's always like too much crowding or ineffective line management, etc. All that stuff went really well. It's always just like the shuttle buses and taking care of the population getting in and out of the actual convention. You need to plan like at least arriving like an hour to almost 2 hours before the event starts, or plan on taking that much time to get back to your vehicle after the con ends. It's the Orlando Eye. Back home from day 1 of MegaCon. I do have to say, with the bus mishap, I tweeted out to MegaCon that they grossly underestimated the amount of buses needed. Everything else seemed to be much better. They actually responded. What they said when we were in a couple of the panels was that they are looking for feedback because it's a new ownership this year at MegaCon, and things actually did seem like they were running a lot better than what they did in prior years. But the mishap with the parking, that's a bummer, but they can get better from that, especially when the crowds are coming in this weekend. I can't imagine, like, Saturday is going to be the biggest nightmare of all time, I think. But in any event, going to download stuff now, recharge cameras, eat, go to sleep, wake up, do it again. So on that note, thank you for all of your likes, thank you for your comments, thank you for your subscriptions. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Have a great night. We'll see you guys.
If you treat other people the way you want to be treated, there'd never be any problems, you know?